Kerbal Space Program. Zombies in Space. Episode 10. Greed is Bad. So in this episode, Edford will try to land on Moon, and we will try to land on the sunny side. It's always easier to land in the light as opposed to the darkness, even though I'm pretty sure we put lights on this thing. Yes, we have got lights on this thing. So he's zooming along, and you can see around Kerbin there we've got our mapping satellite, or well, I guess it's not really a satellite, it's a manned craft, but our mapping craft. And we do some science. Science! The goo feels right at home here. Excellent. Crew report. Nothing to see there. EVA report. Nothing to see there either. Alright. So always doing more science. More and more science. This is where the greed part goes. We always want more science. Okay, so plot a maneuver node to put this thing into orbit. Stable orbit's good. And we don't want to blow by all these things like we did in the distracted piloting episodes. That was not fun. And basically this trajectory that we plotted wants us to point directly away from the moon. Well, okay, it won't be directly away from it once we get around to where we actually have to make the burn. And do more science. Whoa, that was quick. Goo seems to be less dense here. And wow, okay, so I've sped this up. But anyway, we're doing a bunch of science. Again, science is good. We need all the points we can get. Okay, and we've lost our maneuver. So I think at this point we'll just decide to, keep it pointed in that direction and fire the engines when we get to the appropriate spot. Because it gets annoying when you set up a maneuver and then you just keep losing your maneuvers. Maybe it's just me, but I'm pretty sure it's not. So we fire the engines. Fire them engines. And you can see it's curving in. The trajectory is changing. It's changing. Yeah, it's interesting when you set up, or you're trying to burn to alter your trajectory to get into orbit and you don't even see it move. That means you're going to be burning for a long time. But here it's already changing, so we know things are good. We know things are good. And we have achieved a stable orbit. But of course that's not good enough. We'll try and make it more circular. Try and bring it in closer to Moon. And from there we can plot where we're going to land. So we get to watch this a whole lot. I don't know, the map screen is not the most exciting thing, but I guess it's better than burning too much or not enough. And as you can see, we still have our other poor Kerbal still flying around. But like as I said before, it's okay because zombies don't really need air or food or things like that. Although they do like to eat. It's very strange. They don't need it, but they like it. And that's why they're heading out into space, to find more. Send more food. Okay, so basically we've got an orbit that's reasonably close to the surface. Well, it's definitely not circular. Okay, we'll burn some more. Some of these camera angles are kind of deceptive. Looks like you're good, but you're not quite. Okay, try to do some more science. There's nothing to see there. So we ignore that. Oh, burn the engines, burning engines. Alright, so we'll just go around here. And now, we gotta figure out I don't know, we're still working on circularizing stuff. Well, we're close enough that it only would take, well, it takes less than an hour to go around the moon in the orbit that we've got, but we'll try to make it a little more circular. And we still got fuel in that stage, and try and do some science, and there's nothing to see there. So, oh, there you can see moon. Again, for some reason, not the most exciting camera angle. Alright, there we go, that's better. So, that booster stage is still good. So we'll look at trying to make a trajectory, looking at trying to land on that, in that big crater on the side that's lit up. And so if you see with this maneuver node that we've created, it will bring us over that. Just have to make sure that we don't end up with a trajectory that'll slam us into the ground before we even get to it. That is one of the tricky aspects of all of this. We do not want to slam into the ground. Okay. And so that's looking pretty good. Cut the engines, get rid of the node. And that's still 11,000 meters. Wow. That's pretty high up still. So we'll try burn some more and lower that altitude. Okay, here we go. It's coming down. It's coming down. Okay, we're at about 5 kilometers, 4 kilometers. Whoa, okay. Gotta watch what we're doing now, because we're starting to have a trajectory that intercepts with the surface of the planet now. So bring in the panels. Don't want those to get torn off if things go weird during the landing. Speed things up a little bit. Okay. Try to do some science. Nothing to report there. Okay, why am I extending the panel? Oh, maybe I needed the electricity. I was short on power. Okay. Now that we're in the sun, we're good to go. And try to do some science again. Retract the panels. Turn on the lights. Open up the landing gear. We're ready. Oh, trying to do more science. Trying to do more science. And now we're 10.5 kilometers up. Okay, so try point retrograde. And we're moving. So we're going at over 550 meters per second. That's more than, oh, yeah, and trying to open up the panels again. Transmit some science, get some power in there. Oh boy. And we're speeding it up again. Let's do the time warp. Okay, yeah, fire those engines. Oh boy. So we're, well, 5 kilometers up. This is looking kind of scary. We're really approaching that ridge. Whoa, skimming across. You can even see the shadow there. Skimming across. We're pointed at the surface. Let's, yeah, raise it up a little bit here. Raise it up a little bit. Let's try and slow this thing down. Okay. And we're starting to go higher again. Could probably cut the engines. Well, we want to make sure we get over this ridge though. Yeah, it's such a rough area in here. It's hard to really tell if you've reached the crater or not, or if it's just over the horizon. Anyway, yeah, now we're up at 5.5 kilometers again above sea level. Not that there's a sea here, but we're going at about the speed of sound now, as opposed to, 500 and some meters per second. So we've slowed down considerably. It's looking like we're over the big crater, so we can certainly think about coming in for landing, and we're gonna do more science. EVA report. We recorded your observations about the situation. Write that down. And I'm gonna transmit. I don't know, transmission is kind of a crazy concept right now, but transmit reusable only. See, the danger of transmitting is that we might run out of electricity. I don't want that to happen, and yet I'm trying to gather as much science as possible. Extend the panel, even though, like I said before, we don't really want that out when we're trying to land. 7 kilometers up. We're coming back down again. Coming back down again. We've got plenty of fuel. And we're extending more panels. So instead of preparing for landing, we're trying to get more stuff going here. Yeah, well, I can understand why. We've got no power. Yikes. That's kind of a scary thought. Trying to get as much power as we can. Okay, well, we're now 5.5 kilometers up, at least from sea level. I'm not sure how far we are from the actual ground currently, so let's go to the capsule view. It says we're below 3,000, well, less than 3,000 meters above ground, so that means that about 1,100 meters we're probably going to hit the surface. So we're trying to burn to slow things down here. Slowing things down. Still got those panels out. We're getting power here. Okay, retract the panels. Wow, we're still going like the speed of sound, and we've got less than 1,000 meters to go here. Yeah, crank up the engines. Probably higher would be good. Yeah. Surface coming up right fast here, and those speeds were not going to survive. Okay, that would be the end of Edford Kerman. And why? Well, there's still stuff flying in the distance. We got greedy. See you next time.